It was January the 12th, 2010. Evans Monsignor woke up early in the morning. He was an entrepreneur who sold rice at the flea market in downtown Port-au-Prince. He proceeded to set up his wares that day, and it will be a day that he will never forget. In fact, as he just finished selling his last allotment of rice, an earthquake magnitude 7.0 on a Richter scale hit Haiti. And he was basically pinned by rocks and falling buildings around him, pinned him underneath in the rubble, underneath the rubble, where he was presumed to be dead by his family, but was found 27 days later. That's right, he was found alive 27 days, nearly a month later. When he was found, he only weighed about 88 pounds. He himself, he didn't even realize how he made it alive. In his story, he recounts how he, tried to move and tried not to move because he felt that any real move would really lead to death, if you could imagine. And it was dark most of the time, and all he could hear was screams, and he said, those screams that he heard from various places, after 2 or 3 days, it was just silence. The reality of how he survived is a bit gruesome. Apparently, he drank from sewage water that was oozing past him. He drifted in and out of consciousness, and from his account, he just lost all sense of time, space, as you can imagine. Those stories, although Evan's story is the most longest one to survived in Haiti after an earthquake, over close to 250,000 people died. Many others, 300,000, were injured. And it was a really long haul. Even 10 years later, some places are still feeling the brunt of that earthquake. Well, I think of that and those stories, because his is not the only one, of people coming out of the rubble and jumping out of the rubble with excitement, with enthusiasm, as if they had just started their day. It was incredible to hear those stories, and I wanted to kind of think about those stories and how those stories compare to the stuff that we go through every day. For real, we don't go through the things that a lot of people go through in certain parts of the world, but yet things that we go through, such as the Wi-Fi being off, losing your telephone or something of that nature, really put us in a different perspective. First world problems, and in a way it's a shame, and in another way it shows how much we really take for granted, right, on a day-to-day basis. There was a saying back in the days that if you don't have anything good to say, just be quiet, right? If you can't be positive them just be quiet, I always liken negativity to ugliness, right? It's just, I don't care how beautiful a person might be, how gorgeous a person might seem on the outside, It's only when they open up their mouth that you really actually see whether or not that beauty is going to be reciprocated by what comes out of their mouths, right? Back in the days when we had house parties or what have you, there was a saying, ugly people be quiet, if you remember that back in the days, telling your age. But that was a sign that if people were going to respond, because nobody wants to be ugly, right? So when it comes to being positive, there's some people who are so unattractive that they're just plain ugly, right? No matter what idea, vision, or plan you may have, that person will always have 99 reasons why you can't do it. It's so funny. It's so funny how, you can have the greatest vision on earth that comes to you in your mind, soul, and heart, or an idea, and you tell certain people, and you know who that person is. You could tell this person anything. I just found the cure for cancer. I just found the cure for COVID-19. And they be like, no, you didn't. No, you can't. You can't do anything. These people you got to avoid like the plague, right? Social distance yourself from now to infinity, till the day you die. Have social distancing from you and negative people. I don't care who they are. They could be part of your family. I don't care. Have some social distancing from them. Love them from a distance. You know what I mean? The Grinch is not only present during the holiday season. I can assure you there are certain people. Listen, it's not about you. It's about them. They're fighting something on the inside. It has nothing to do with you. So just keep it moving. Don't stop. Don't allow somebody, there's like 7 billion people in this world. Do not ever allow one person to destroy your day. Don't allow one person to determine how you're gonna feel for the rest of the day because of their inner turmoil. You can't allow those people to do that. You can't allow it to happen. Certain people will always be pessimistic and view the possible as impossible. Do yourself a favor, I say. Stay away from those people. You will always have to deal with negative characters. Be certain to limit your time if you have to. It might be at your job. You know what? I don't have friends at my job. Let me just let you know how I do things. I go to work and I do what I have to do. You know what I mean? And I go home. Now it's even better because we're working remotely, but sometimes you have to go in. Some people are only worth your love from a distance. And stop talking about haters all the time. You magnify it. I know sometimes you have to talk about it. The haters will always be here, along with doubters. And then there'll be you proving them wrong. Don't waste your precious time or energy focused on answering or thinking about what people think. Who cares what people think about you? That's none of your business what they think about you. They're not paying your bills. Can you pay my bills? And most of the time, they're not concerned about you. So why are you so concerned about what people think about you? Why? So my thing is, view your life as your canvas. You're an artist. View your life as a movie. You're the director. You're the producer. You're the main actor. And stay positive. View your mission as whatever you need to do. View it as too big to fail. Despite the circumstances. And in order to drive a bus, right? You're a bus driver. You really have to keep your back to the passengers. Or you can't get anybody to say, the orchestra is directed by a conductor, and what? His focus is on the orchestra, right? The audience is behind him. Audience is behind him. They say Miles Davis played the best when he had his back turned to the audience. So turn your back to the audience and to the naysayers. Turn your back to those who are not going to propel you forward anyway. People always have a comment. They always got something to say. I don't care what you do. There's always going to be people criticizing you, right? Because they have no knowledge of your talent, maybe, skills and abilities. Maybe they underestimate you. Well, that's always good. At the end of your life, picture your life as a marathon. You can't carry anything while you're running. Certainly don't bring any baggage. Sometimes, it's been said, sometimes you have to lose weight to run a marathon. Arthur Papillon, thank you for that one. Peace.